As to all who have known my long time dismay, I'm here to tell you the funeral was today. Yes, family and friends alike, the time finally came. This will be the last day we say her name. So let us reflect, shall we? And I do this not for me, but for the many that were fortunate enough to see, the only love that was able to get me on bended knee. For you people, I do this one last time, and I put my heart and mind in poetic rhyme. It was raining outside this morning when I woke up, as I walked downstairs to fill up the old coffee cup. Looked outside the kitchen window and saw the hearse. Realizing I am extremely late, I ran outside and told the driver I have to take a shower first. With the most patient look you've ever seen, the driver just looked over and waved, as did a sea of people behind him on a road that was paved. And all in unison they shouted, "Take your time!" Could this not be the first instance I put this in rhyme? I shook off the confusion and ran upstairs to see my suit laid out. Took a step back and knew no one has been in my house, of this I have no doubt. Am I the victim of a game where I'm to be the pawn? That can't be, so what the hell is going on? Mulling it over, I automatically continued on with my routine. Put on the shower, undressed, brushed my teeth, and gargled with Listerine. Got out the shower and pressed play on the CD deck. Dusted off the suit, gelled up the hair, and sprayed cologne on my neck. Walked downstairs and stashed up my phone, keys, and wallet. Took the picture of us off the fridge and stuffed it into my pocket. Came outside and the driver had the limo warmed up and asked if I was ready. I walked up to him and told him, "It's taking everything to keep my hands and legs steady." To which he replied, "It's okay, Mr. Lorenzo. It's time." Could this not be the first instance I put this in rhyme? I shook off the confusion and sat down, as my limousine led the entourage of cars out of town. Driving down the countryside to where we will put her to rest, I looked out the window and saw a family of birds in their nest, and couldn't help but to ponder what could have been, with her as mother bird to our children. And instead of an overwhelming sadness, I began to smile, with visions of parenthood if we could have stayed together a longer while. But before my thoughts would come to full fruition, the driver opened the door and brought me back to the reality of the situation. "We're here, Mr. Lorenzo. Please try your best to be strong. Head up, back straight, and try not to dwell on where you went wrong. It is time for you to say your last goodbye. Chin up, keep a smile on your face, and try not to cry. She's in a better place now, of that you can be sure. Regardless of your past mistakes, she knows your heart is pure. And even though her physical will not walk the future road with you, she remains alive in the spiritual if you keep to the lessons the relationship has taught you." And with that, I got out the car, gave the driver a hug, and walked across the grass to the gravesite. Approached the pastor and exclaimed that I was finally ready to do this. Looked up at all in attendance and pulled out the picture of my pocket and clutched it tight in my fist. Thank you all for being here with me on the saddest of occasions. We stand here today to give our final respects to one of God's greatest creations. By the amount of people here, I can tell that she has touched everyone in a special way, with eyes that light up a room and a smile that you can see from miles and miles away. Just then, my driver abruptly grabbed my shoulder and turned me around, put his finger on my lips and told me, "Please, my son, do not make a sound." And with a tone of voice that was so stern and low, he said, "There's no need to explain why you loved her so. We all know what has brought you here, and we all know what has caused you to shed so many tears. Do you not wonder why such strange occurrences have transpired today? Why your suit was laid out, all those people were outside even though it was a rainy day? You see, son, your suit was full of dust when you put it on because it has been waiting for you. The angels outside shouted, 'Take your time,' because they have been out there waiting for you. It was raining outside today because I had to clear the road for you. And when you thought I was driving you here, I've been carrying you. You see, son, I've been here all the while, through every turbulation and every trial. Do you remember when you said, 'Forever and ever, or as long as nature allows, I suppose, you will always be the grass and she will forever be your rose'? Well, I had to wait until nature ran its course, for I could not intercede into your life by force. So I never gave you too much that you could not sustain, and gave you hope so you could weather through the pain. You yourself had to see that it could never happen again. And I sat by while you made videos, cards, gifts, and put poetry to pen. But the time has come and you, my son, have grown. You are a father and a better man, and I allowed you to achieve that on your own. So with me holding your hand, please say goodbye to her in that way, for she is happy now. Goodbye.